A very good morning to you. How are you doing? Welcome to your world. It's Tuesday, Relationship Tuesday, but the first hour is a bit different. Welcome to the show. My name is Mikali Mary.
And my name is Winnie Lubembe. So excited about the conversation. I know, yes, we're used to Relationship Tuesday every single Tuesday, but again, like Mick said, there's a very important conversation that we need to have because majority of the times we've had this thing about unemployment and the employment gap and the young people, and there are no jobs. They graduate, but then wanenda wapi? You know, there are no jobs out here. But there's also another, I want to call it like a silent pandemic. And that is on skills. Skill gap, okay? And tomorrow the world will be marking the World Skills Day. So, you know us, we want to start things early, okay? Start conversations early. So today we want to talk about closing the skills gap. And we just want to start. First of all, what exactly does that mean?
What does that mean?
You know,
really?
Because we go to school, we get this, the knowledge.
We do, and we're told, actually we celebrate as a country, we celebrate high enrollment.
Oh, yes.
And then we are happy we have graduates, and then we find them on the streets holding up placards, you know. And then when you go to the job market, people are saying, you know what, the industry is here, we don't have people, this is what we're looking for. So where's the disconnect? That's what we want to find out today.
Yes, right.
Where is that disconnect?
Yes, and we have the perfect people to help us really understand what that looks like. And first of all, why is it an issue? Because again, like we said, we go to school, we learn these things, and now with the introduction of TVET institutions, we're like, we get hands-on. You know, I'd want to say knowledge plus skills. But at the same time, there's still a gap. So where is the problem? Who do we have today?
We have two guests here who, we're here to learn, and I'm hoping you're eager as well to just get to know where the disconnect is. And if you need help, then this is the show for you. And introducing our guests today, starting from our furthest right. Furthest right, we have Mr. Japhet Ngeno, from TVET Authority. Karibu sana, lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Nitakumbuka niseme Japhet.
There are no differences.
Okay.
Mr. Ngeno, unakubali zote. Yenye inakuja tu, you respond to that.
Yes.
It's lovely to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right. And right next to Mr. Ngeno, we have Eric Mwita from Call Africa. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Maybe just to understand, when we talk about TVET Authority, what does it do? And Call Africa as well, what does it do before we get to the meat of the conversation? Yes. We'll start with you, Mr. Ngeno.
Okay, thank you very much. TVET Authority is a state agency within the Ministry of Education. You may be aware that State Department of TVET, that is within the Ministry of Education, is a regulator in the subsector of TVET. The Ministry of Education has three subsectors: the basic education, TVET, and university. So this one deals with the TVET, that is the training above basic education and below university education. So how we do regulations involves a number of things. Some of them include accrediting institutions, using the relevant training regulatory standards, which we develop as well, together with the stakeholders. So we accredit institutions to operate and offer training which are fixed to their capacity. And we also approve competency-based education and training curriculum, which are developed by various bodies, including government agencies like TVET, SEDAC, and others. We also do quality assurance in training institutions to ensure that they operate within the law and within the set standards as well. And among others, we do support in recognizing those who have acquired TVET qualifications elsewhere, maybe internationally. We assist them to equate their qualifications to the Kenyan setting when they want to fit into our labor market in Kenya, as well as those who want to exit elsewhere. We recognize for them so that they are accepted wherever they go. That is just a bit
essentially
of what
TVET is all about. Same question for you, Eric.
Okay, so I'm from Call Africa. Call Africa is an Italian NGO that has been in Kenya for the past 2 decades. 20 years now. We focus on different programs that include child protection. We have education and food security and also health. And in this case, in terms of skills, we have a project that is supported by the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and also the Italian Agency for Development and Cooperation, whereby we have a project that we are the lead partner, but also we run it with a consortium. It's called IntoWin. That's the inclusive innovation for the alignment of skills between the public vocational training centers and the labor market. So that's where we come in closing the skills gap. Yes.
Interesting aligning of skills, which I think we'll talk about as we continue with the conversation.
Yes.
But can we just first of all understand the skill gap? Because we said we train people and we expect them to, when they graduate, they have the necessary knowledge and the skills that is required. But then when they get to the job market, employers are like, these people are not well equipped. They do not have the necessary skills. So I don't, Mr. Ngeno, can we start with you in terms of understanding what that gap looks like and what the labor market is demanding in this day and age?
Thank you very much. I think the skill gap that you are defining is referring to somebody who has already gone through training and is in the market but not performing as expected or something like that. So this accounts to what we call skills mismatch. We train, but it's not corresponding well to what the labor market says. So skills mismatch can be in a number of ways. Maybe someone has underqualifications or overqualifications to the task that is performing. Sometimes the skills you have is different from what the job wants. For example, maybe you have been trained on what we call arc welding, and the place you are working on is dealing with the different types of welding, maybe MIG welding. So as you enter into such kind of a job market, you will look very strange, wild to the workplace. See, so the skill you have and what the job market is offering is totally different. In some cases, you may have studied the right training, but using the obsolete equipment, for example. For example, I can use a field of mechanical engineering. We are used to learning what we call using a lathe machine. But of late, we have an advanced technology called CNC. So if you train on lathe machine, you are employed in Germany, and then you use the CNC, you face the CNC the first day you are employed. Of course, you will not operate. Probably you will just resign or ask for a different job. The same work, but different technology. So those kind of mismatch are seen here, and it requires some solution over it. I thought you asked me to define what the skill gap is.
And you did a good job. You did a good complete with examples. Because sometimes we do not look at that, because there's what you've trained with. When you get into the workplace, it's absolutely different. It's different. And now you're there with a skill, because you really do have a skill.
You went to school, right?
I have it. But Eric, working with young people and looking at what ground inasema, is it that the opportunities are not there? Or is it we're not even getting into institutions to get these kinds of skills? Are we still looking down on these skills? Are we open to having these skills? To leave the opportunities to Ziko, and then that's it?
Okay, we have vocational training centers where students can come in and train for various skill sets. There's plumbing, there's electrical. But you find that there's this perception that these skills are not like a white collar. People need the white collar, they need to sit in an office. But the reality is that these skills are the new currency.
Absolutely.
We need these skills into the economy, and we need more young people to come in and learn these skills and not be afraid that they'll not get opportunities. And we find in a case where the job market wants certain skills, as Ngeno has said, but then the job market is not willing to retrain students that come from these vocational training centers, because some of the skills that are being taught are obsolete. Yeah, so there's need also to upgrade the curriculum so that at least it fits what the job market really requires. Yeah.
And based on what Ms. Tangano defined as far as skilled mismatch and the gap in itself, I was just thinking, so then who is accountable? Because you see, the learners would say, me, I went to school. I learned. I mean, and I had no...
This is my paper.
You know,
guys,
and even, say, for example, when it comes to like practical aspects, whatever was provided, to them in terms of helping them get the hands-on experience is probably not what is in the market. So it's like I did not have a choice in terms of what I was being given. So who needs to take account of, or who needs to be accountable for this mismatch? Is it the labor market because they're being too advanced, or is it the like the institutions that are training, or is it the students or learners? Trainers themselves who need to sort of take that responsibility and just retrain if they need to.
Okay. I think the responsibility belongs for all of us, including you and myself.
Okay.
Not only the labor market or the training provider or even the government. It is for everyone. Because everyone has a responsibility to ensure that what we produce in our training institutions is acceptable in the labor market, including also the labor market. I didn't say that the labor market is of good technology all the time.
True.
Even them, they could be
there's some things
behind. I have seen some factories, their technology is consuming a lot of power because of the older technology.
That they use.
And they are now recruiting students who have been trained with
more advanced
so
equipment.
There's a mismatch, and I think it is a matter of cost sharing and incorporating research in what we do so that we continuously improve what is required in terms of quality training and as well as what is demanded by the market. So if I can mention about what our organization does is that we do develop training standards which are informed by the sector, different sectors. So we apply what we call sector skill councils. That is, if we have a sector in agriculture, they inform us we need this kind of people. And through that stakeholder engagement, we are able to come up with the most relevant training standards, which translates to the curriculum. And it aligns well. That is our responsibility so that we don't deviate so much from having these growing skill gaps all the time.
I think that makes more sense.
It does.
And it saves a lot of time for, again, everybody who's involved in the same.
We are due on a break, but when we come back, I'd just like to understand, this has been going on for a bit and we're getting a lot of attention as a country because of the progress that we've made in this sector. What does it look like? And even the bigger picture of if this skills gap is reduced, what does it look like?
Or will it also solve the unemployment crisis?
Yes, will it?
We're going to get it right now.
We're going to get all of those answers after the break, so don't go too far. This is Your World. Welcome back to Your World. It is Tuesday, I know, but we're having a very, 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 very important conversation on closing the skills gap, and we've now understood what that looks like. It's not just a straight line. There's so many things that are involved so that you understand what could cause this and where we are at as a country is what I'm really, really interested in, from the milestones that we've walked to where we are
right now, and also what is required really to close that gap, because clearly there's an issue, there's a problem, and like we've discussed during the first part, you would think, well, see, people went to school, see, they learned, see, and then there's one other thing that we always focus on is you get what you can get in school, and then the rest of it you will learn
as you go. It's like driving. Driving school, you will learn on the road.
But then again, you get into the labor market and they're like, no, we need someone who has
with the
necessary skills. So then what do we do? So we're talking about it today, okay? And this is in preparation for the World Skills Day, which will be marked tomorrow. And there's an event actually organized by the Nation Media Group as well. So please be on the lookout for that. But during the break, we have like 15,000 questions.
The ones that you've already asked them and the ones that you are about to ask.
A lot more. But just going back to what we were discussing during the break and looking at the different sectors, probably, and maybe we can give examples of, are there sectors that are suffering more when it comes to skill gap? And then are there others that are sort of like trying to play catch up, just to make sure that the people who are coming into the labor market, they're all well equipped with whether it's technology, whether it's the skills that is required, and everything else in between.
Okay, that's a really nice question. Yes, there are some courses that are really struggling in terms of looking for employment. But that's where, now, as Ngeno said, there's need to be a collaborative venture between partners, the government, in order to, I won't point fingers to the specific industries, but as a consortium, as InToWin, this is what we are trying to solve. We are trying to create innovation hubs inside the vocational training centers, where the students can have an inclusive training, whether it's soft skills, whether it's digital skills. For example, let's say someone who's doing catering can be able to come into the incubation hub, even do the content creation that you were saying. They can market their products, if it's cakes, if it's their cakes that they're making. They'll be able now to learn the digital skills and also the content creation skills that they're able to do.
So you're not just learning about catering, you're also getting all these other skills that are necessary in this day and age.
In this day and age, so that at least you can survive post the training.
Okay.
Yes.
That's really cool. I'm also curious. So based on that, what does regulation look like for not vocational, what do you call it? Innovation hubs? Because we see a lot of them coming up and say, well, we have this hub for coding. Okay, and then bringing people come, they learn coding and whatnot. What does regulation look like? Or does regulation actually, in our fikia, there's a certain line that sort of needs to not be crossed or crossed?
Actually, innovation hubs is one of the indicators of meeting the minimum requirements. So we encourage institutions to establish such kind of hubs so that the trainees can be put there for a number of months or years as they learn, so that as they exit the training system, they can easily start their own business quickly. What we have a challenge is the emerging training programs or skills that you see in the young people. Nowadays, the creative economy, they do a lot of things. They do a lot of digital marketing without formal training. They do a lot of such kind of work. And we are thinking on how to go that direction to capture all of them so that they become formal, because we are discouraging informal working than formal working. We don't want to be like previous years where cousin.
Right.
we want to formalize everything so that everybody is accounted for. And everybody can contribute to the tax. So informal work. If you look at the traditional programs, we are used to knowing of service industry and that is industry work related. So in the service industry, we normally hear about restaurant service, cooking and such kind of services. So in the recent times, there are a lot of enterprises coming up. And you see so many opportunities in the service industry. We have security officers, we have people working in the restaurants and such kind. And they are becoming more formal, getting more formal contracts. But if you go to the traditional industry-related jobs, the Juakale work, we still have a lot of them informal. That is why you see people, instead of going to college after KCSE, they disappear along the way. You think that they refuse to go to school. They went and learned somewhere. They went to the informal sector. So there is more of informal sector in such kind of work than the service. So we want, that is a gap you wanted to
formalize that.
So we need to formalize such kind of training. And we are working towards the recognition of prior learning and such to bring them back to the formal training, because once you are trained and you acquire the relevant qualifications, compensation becomes better at workplace.
And even handling of disputes and
whatnot. Such kind of things.
Easier.
Absolutely. I think that's
There's a question that you asked earlier about the industries that probably are struggling a bit, but just to flip it a little on the other side, when we're in school, you were told these are the industries that will definitely give work in the next couple of years.
It's not oversaturated.
Yes, it's not oversaturated. You'll definitely get a job. What are some of those sectors when we look at probably the next 5-6 years will create, employment highly when it comes to the skills that are already available in the institutions? But we can look at that answer just after we look at what people are asking on WhatsApp. We have a bit of questions. Can we take a look at that first?
Okay, this one says, good morning, my name is Francis McCory. I have skills in the political industry, but do not have anyone to guide me properly. And sometimes I get the wrong people to guide me. How can I go about it, or what can I do about it? Okay, political industry, interesting. Hello there, quite an interesting and important conversation, but I got a question. What are the skills that young people should learn? I'm just listening to you guys saying skills, but which type of skills? Because I believe the opportunities are there, but we lack the skills to do the job. Maybe that's why many lack jobs today. Right now, in this era, the job market is after skills. Okay. Do we have another question? Okay, now. 2 questions. Yes. One is political. They have the necessary skills in the political industry. That was interesting.
It's the season.
It's actually the season.
Yeah.
You can answer whatever question that is there.
So whether it is political, whether it is scientific or whichever, it amounts to any kind of skill is a group of competencies. Okay. So if the political work is to understand how to make noise, there should be a unit of competency on the same. If it is an ability to organize chaos, there should be a competency there. So, in our view in TVET, normally political issues are not in TVET. Okay. Maybe at the university level, where you study based on the field of study.
Yes.
Here in TVET, it's about hands-on job.
Yes.
You start day one in your school by building a roof, but in university you learn about theories, how people
what is a roof?
What is a roof?
So political skills should be research-based.
Then
that's my view.
Second question then. What are these skills? The next question. What are these skills?
Yeah.
So I'll just join that question with your question on the emerging skills.
Yeah.
We have the green economy. That's the green skills.
Yes.
For the green skills is where we are looking at the changing world order and also the changing ecosystem in terms of climate change. So we have things like climate smart agriculture. Students in the vocational training centers can also learn about solar installation, because then we are moving into the green economy and moving away from the fossil fuel. They can also learn about the EV, the electric vehicles, and everything to do with electric. So at least incorporation into the curriculum involving electrical installations, electrical vehicles, that will be a plus for also the mechanical engineers in the BTCs. Yes.
Are there other things that like the labor market requires or needs, or even the employers, for example, of these industries? What exactly are they saying in terms of what they need? Because we might have someone who comes in, they're very hands-on, they have all the skills. Okay, now I'm being cautious when talking about skills. But then again, on the other hand, they lack empathy, for example. They lack people skills, like they lack soft skills. So what happens to this? So are there like trends that have changed over time in terms of what is needed versus what is being provided?
Yes, that's a good question. We have, as we said, it's a collaborative action, and we are seeing more and more people and civil societies that are coming into the space and are able to offer these trainings, even if it's entrepreneurship and the soft skills in terms of emotional intelligence and also how to behave in a workplace. So these are some of the skills that are very minute, but are very important in a workplace.
Yeah.
So at least I can relate with you, not that we have a difference and then it's all blows and kicks. And So these are some of the soft skills that are really needed in the job market, apart now from the technical bits.
I see.
The thing that has happened over the years as we've gone through Kawaida education is you get into the industry, try to look for a job and you don't get a job. Now you have the skills. What kind of empowerment or extra learning do they have in terms of them creating the jobs and not waiting for them to be able to be employed? Because again, you might have the skills and then the job market is not ready to absorb you because of 1, 2, 3, 5 other things that we've talked about on the show.
Okay, thank you very much. I think equipping young people with skills is not necessarily leading to a decent work or a job. It can lead to something else like entrepreneurship, converting your ideas to a business or such kind of things. So there are some skills which, okay, you have realized that skills in TVET keeps on changing very fast. And it is greatly caused by changing technology, like climate change and many other things. But there are those skills which cannot be replaced by technology or such kind of courses. But it enables the person being trained to be somehow resilient to the environment and such kind of things. So as you said, there are some soft skills which enable somebody, instead of seeing a problem as and lose hope, the problem is used as a lesson for the next thing.
Create a solution.
That is resilience. And also...
we've had a lot of that word.
So another thing is that, you know, the skills are not only leading to job or entrepreneurship or research, but it can make you understand your environment and even keep peace with the people. You know, when you don't have skills, you don't have the job. Definitely you will not get the job. And you will be part of people contributing to poverty. And people facing poverty are easily moved to different bad groups. So if somebody has a skill, even without a job, he's able to know the difference between a bad group and a good group. So there are intermediary skills, which we call them soft skills, which enable them to fit in any kind of environment with ease.
And looking at investments, because again, we cannot take away how important vocational training institutions are. And over time, we've had a lot of conversations on TVET and the role that they play and how important they are. So what sort of investments then needs to be put in place to ensure that, in as much as we're saying it's a collaborative effort between the learners, the employers, the government, and the TVET institutions, but what are these investments that needs to be put to ensure that we are closing the gap? Or in the few years to come, clearly we've completely closed the gap and we tackle another problem which probably might come up in the future that is not skills related.
Okay, that's a good question. So we can't really close the gap entirely. At least we can we can reduce it.
Goodness. Okay.
At least we can reduce it.
And
it's really important for the collaborative action, and we are seeing at TVET doing a lot of work inside these vocational training centers, and there's need also to maybe improve the equipments that are being used in the vocational training centers. As Ngeno mentioned, some of them are obsolete. So we need at least to get newer equipments, and even if it's the different trainings that we have, we can have, even if it's the green skills, we can have training from the motor vehicle, maybe industry. We have now the EV, they are being trained on the EV. So we have a lot of investment basically on the equipments that are inside the VTCs, and also upskilling also the trainers, which is also crucial, so at least they can keep up with the changing trends in the market. Yes.
All right. Ms. Ngeno, any other investment that needs to be put in place?
Yes, I think I concur with Eric. What I'm seeing, what you asked to be done is what is already happening within the government sector. what I can only add is we need more input from other partners. If you talk of upgrading equipment, it is already a consideration within the State Department for TVET. Yeah. It's already a problem identified and it is being resolved. Okay. There are issues of funding in TVET. We require a lot of money in TVET. TVET is a financially consuming sector. Yeah, because equipment are not easily affordable. That is why most of the engineering programs are done in the government sector, but not private sector so much. So we need a lot of funding, both from within the government and outside government, including the development partners. The other thing that we need to do is to bring up the curriculum to the global level. You know, we have people over in TVET all over the world, including the first world countries. We need to know what kind of training they offer so that we bring at par our curriculum and occupational standards so that if we graduate our students in Kenya, they not only look for jobs within here, but they can. We look at skill as a visa. Or a passport. So we want to be the same as everyone else.
Okay. Aim to win. And 2 decades in, right? What are some of the things that probably would say our wins so far for the project, and some of the things that you'd want or aspire that they cut across nationally? You know, like if these institutions are able to get it, then every other institution in the country you'd recommend.
It has worked for us.
Yes.
So for Intwin, we've just been 1 year in the project. Call Africa now.
Call Africa is the 2 decades.
Is for the 2 decades, and we have some wins that we have acquired over the period of 1 year, and I'd say we've tackled some of the issues in terms of career guidance. We are trying to set up the Office of Career Guidance Services inside the vocational training centers, where we can train the trainers, also the teachers, and also the managers, so that at least the student can get first-hand information on how they can navigate through employment and also entrepreneurship. We are also setting up, as I'd said, the incubation hubs, where the students can come in and develop their businesses, develop their startups, a space where it's warm, you can think out of the box, a space where we have a trainer there who can guide you on the steps. So we've also trained about 40 participants across 3 counties. So the project is in Kiambu, Machakos, and Kajiado. So we had a training a few months ago where we trained a group of teachers, board members, and the managers from the vocational training centers, and also from the county government. As you know, the vocational training centers are manned by the county government. So we have these steps that we are taking, and also we'll have more and more trainings that other counties can embrace in terms of bringing together the industry and training them on corporate social responsibility, which will be useful to the schools that are around those companies. If it's in Kajiado, we have companies from Kajiado. We sit down with them, we help them understand the essence of corporate social responsibility and the impact that it's going to have in the VTCs in the different counties. Yes.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. Things like CSRs.
Yes. I know.
We learned that after tumetoka shule, then like, in the different companies that you work with, like, this weekend we are going, we're like, okay, that's the thing. But it's important to actually get that training before.
Yes.
That's really, really good. And Ms. Ngeno, in terms of from the regulatory perspective, what is like your expectation from these TVET institutions? Because it's one thing to quality assure, to make sure that you regulate, make sure that you accredit and whatnot, but are there expectations that probably some of the institutions are not meeting that should be met to ensure that they offer quality, and also for them to get accredited? Because like I said, even in our neighborhoods, we have institutions that offer things. Like Pale Kona neighbor, there's an institution that is coming up, So we're seeing a lot of crop up of different institutions, vocational training institutions as well. So are there expectations from you as a regulator?
Actually, if you have seen some institution operating within your environment, you need to check whether they are legally approved to operate. And we usually give them what you call registration certificate and a license. And they are required to display them. If you don't see them displaying, then those are illegally operating institutions.
And they offer very cheap.
What we usually do is, apart from us being the external quality assurance body to the institution, we want them also to build their own internal quality assurance framework, so that they monitor themselves within using a clear framework or clear quality assurance system, so that they don't need to wait for us. Nowadays it's a collaborative way. We don't police each other so much. We collaborate in. So otherwise we have another function or a mandate where we can also issue sanctions to non-operating institutions, which we tend to avoid. Instead of closing them down, we try to train them or work with them to meet the minimum requirements. So, but when we see somebody continuously disobeys the law, we usually take action. And it is always not favorable so much.
You give them a chance
to
redeem themselves.
We visit them as many times as possible, so that they see our importance. But when you see them adamant to follow what we tell them, then we will have enough evidence to close them down.
How long does the process take, Mr. Ngeno? From inception of an idea, I want to put up a school or an institution, to when they get TVET accredited.
Okay, that process you're asking for is what we call accreditation process. It starts from you having the idea. So you think of what is the name of my institution. So first of all, before you go to the registrar of companies, where you register the name, you come and seek for what we call letter of no objection. We have to see that the name aligns with the policy of education. You don't just bring in names because it is fashionable. You don't just come with the fashionable name. It has to align with the educational policies. If we agree with it, then you take to the register of companies. Once you get the name registered, you start now uploading. It's an online service. You're uploading the requirements for that is required to be registered as an institution, which can take 30 minutes a day, a week, depending on your speed. But once you finish application, when the application is complete, from that day you take only a maximum of 90 days to be registered fully and get there. So it can be 90 days or less. Between 0 and 90 days. So I explained to you that because decision of our decision is made by the TVET board, which sits every quarter of the year, every 3 months. That is the explanation.
Just which is an example of a name that is not.
I know. Within this 90 days, is also visitation.
Yes. We visit.
So everything happens within.
Yes.
90 days. That's
But if you apply towards the end of the 3 months, then you will fall in the next.
See, I will try to capture before.
And think that your name will fit in.
Be an alibi.
But also for IntoWin as well. So what is it in terms of, because you train people, so who gets to be trained? Are there people who you're like, maybe not, or do you take in everybody and what is being offered? And probably someone is watching us today and thinking, okay, I'd want to be part of IntoWin. How do they reach you? Where are you guys? And
so IntoWin is part of Call Africa, and it's one of the projects, many projects that we have. And IntoWin is being implemented in 3 counties. That is Machakos, Kajiado, and Kiambu. And our main focus is on vocational training centers. These are a bit lower than the technical centers, where they are on the ground level, in the villages, in the small towns. That's where you'd find the vocational training centers. And we are targeting trainees who are in the center. We are also targeting trainers. Those are the teachers for the trainees. Also managers, board members. And also at the county level, since these VTCs are being managed by the county, now we train educational officers inside the county offices.
Okay.
Yeah, so we bring them together. At least we have collaborative action. And we train them on the different sectors that I had mentioned in terms of career guidance services, how to run and equip an incubation hub, and also many more in terms of connecting and signing MOUs between companies and also the VTCs, whereby we'll see the VTCs having a chance. Let's say every 3 months we have like 5 students from this institution going to this and these companies. Yeah, so that's how we are running. But the project has a specific focus also. We are looking at 2 groups. That's persons living with disabilities and also survivors of sexual and gender-based violence. Yeah, so we have different partners in the consortium that are dealing with the different components.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. So do they apply? Is there a way that, do you have like a call out? What happens?
Yes, so we are working specifically with different vocational training centers.
Oh,
yeah, so we are going into the VTCs and we are working with already existing, and also we are as in marketing also the schools, so that there will be more and more enrollment also in the schools. Yes.
Oh, it's like a ready market. It's already, there's a structure to it.
Yeah, it's a structure.
Our time is up.
Oh,
Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
So Kevin is doing something.
Yes, Kevin is pushing the clock, but just to get your parting shots, what does it look like? If we do not close it, we are reducing it, right?
Reducing it, yeah. And even just what the
it.
future graduates then looks like beyond what we're seeing right now. Yeah. What would you say?
I can only tell the young people that let's not leave our training institutions and start looking for a job before acquiring the qualifications. Let's complete the qualification first, then we enter the job market. Otherwise, we will not be compensated well. Thank you.
Hey, right. That you will protect.
Yes. Eric?
I'd say for the students, at least be open to acquiring more and more skills. Even if it's outside your scope of study, try as much to acquire the various skills, especially in terms of the emerging skills, such as the green skills and also entrepreneurial skills.
Yes. Very nice.
Thank you very much.
We have Skill Up Africa tomorrow. Will you guys be there?
Yes.
Oh,
we'll be
utakuwa
there.
kwa ground. So, and ask all your questions. Skill Up Africa, which will be happening tomorrow and on Thursday at KICC.
Okay.
So, yeah, be sure to join them. You will see them when you find them. Ask them questions. Yes.
Kevin says we have feedback that we need to look at before we go on a break. So let's take a look at that.
It says, Willie Nyige, Youth's President, Kericho County, following the program, TVET has given hope to many youth, more so on the job opportunities, and more so, we can do 2 courses or more at a go. Japhet Ngano is our mentor. And then this says, we often hear that young people lack the skills employers need, yet many youth also feel they're not given opportunities to gain experience. How can we practically bridge this gap between training, experience, and employment? This is Vincent Simwa, says, enjoying the show, so insightful. Big up, Eric. Hey. Okay, and I think we answered your question practically, during the conversation. But if you still have more, look for them tomorrow, Thursday at KICC.
Live.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And for enlightening all of us as a nation. Tuko hapa tunabadilisha one person at a time. All right. We're going to pay our bills when we come back. Guess what?
Relationship Tuesday. Yes.
Okay. Don't go too far.